All right, good morning. Today we're going to learn how to make a bigger greenhouse. Before, remember I showed you too how to do the hydroponics. Here's how the basil's doing. I've been chopping it off and eating it. It's in a jar. I just put the nutrients in there. The reason why the nutrients are so orange is because I poured it through the top and it gets the color of those clay pebbles. And before, remember we did the greenhouses in the past years, the little guys here, these little ones. Look at all these zinnias. I think they're zinnias, yeah. The zinnias are gonna be nice and big. And those we'll put out in a couple days. They're getting big enough, probably a few more days. These are butterfly weed. I saw that in the store, I didn't know what it was, but it looked pretty, so I thought I'd do that one. And this right here, you remember this was from one of my friends at work gave to me. And they're all little basils, a whole bunch of basil sprouting up in there. Because all of my friends want more basil and more tomatoes. There's tomatoes in there too, in these little greenhouses. They go really fast in there. Here's the pepper that we did. This is a few months old. The other ones are already outside. Look, there's a little pepper on there. If you can see it, it's turning, slowly turning red. Right there. Slowly turning red. It'll be red in a few days. Oh, there's more on top too. Look at that, right there on top. There's a couple sticking out. The other pepper plants I put outside. And they got a lot more peppers on them. I'll show you our flower box in a couple days. It's raining. It's raining today, so I'll show you maybe in a couple days. So what we're gonna do today is make a little greenhouse out of a window planter box. And what I did is I took the coconut core. You can buy them at Home Depot or Walmart or anywhere. It's just a block of coconut core. And it's really cool to start in. It's not dirt. It's just the coconut, the hairy coconut shells, and they make a brick out of them. And then they suck all the air out of it and make a brick out of it and put it in a package. And then when you just break off a small chunk of it, a really small corner, just an inch by an inch in that corner, and put water on it, it fills up this whole window planter box. Look at here. It's all half full. You don't want to fill it all the way full, and I'll tell you in a little while there. I'll tell you now. So you put it in there and then you let the water seep out and then pour the rest of the water out of the bottom. You don't want a lot of water in the bottom there. Try to pour it out. You got to do it in the sink or even the tub. The tub might be better. I'll leave this right here. The tub might be better, but you want to also leave it about an inch from the top. Maybe 3 inches from the top, because after your little seedlings sprout, you want them to grow for a little while before they touch the cover we put on here. So we're gonna plant the seeds and then we're gonna put a little piece of saran wrap over it so it stays nice and warm and humid in there, and then it'll grow. You'll have room for it to grow for a long time before you take the saran wrap off. So you want to leave a little bit of room in there for that. And I thought today that we would plant maybe, hold on, I have some seeds here. I have some more basil. Oh, I have cilantro. That's cut flowers, and that's zinnias. I have some more basil and lettuce. We're just gonna get the flowers started in here, and then we'll move them to planters. Oh, here's some sweet peppers. Let's do maybe 10 sweet peppers. Old-fashioned garden mix zinnias. We got all these over here are zinnias that I showed you earlier. So tomatoes. Oh, look at those. Look at those. We'll plant some of those first. That'll be cool. That'll be really nice. Alexa, turn sync 100%. Oops.
Okay.
Well, it looks like we'll only plant 4 of them because we only have 4 seeds left. But zinnias are nice and easy because if you remember, those are the really big seeds. So they're easy to plant. We'll find something like a Sharpie because we're gonna use that, and I'll show you right here what we're doing. Like that, kind of like that. You can't see it very well. We'll just poke a little hole in there. It's nice to use this Sharpie because it makes a bigger hole. Just put them a little ways apart because you're not going to let them go for very long in there. And one of the reasons why I like to use this coconut stuff, there's 4 holes you can see. You can see where I made 4 holes. One of the reasons why I like to use this, the coconut stuff, is because it holds water. It holds water pretty good. And also when you take the plants out, after they get big enough to take out, it's not as messy as dirt. And when they get big enough to take out, 1, 2, 3, 4. They don't, the coconut doesn't really cling to the roots as much, and you can replant them a lot easier. Make sure you keep track of what you're doing here. So I put 4 of the zinnia plants in there. Also, the coconut, dirt can have fruit flies and diseases and stuff. The coconut is inert, so it doesn't have anything in there. Now we'll label them. Make sure you label them pretty good. I use the blue tape here. I'm going to label them. What were they? Zinnia. No, those are petunias. Those are petunias. Sorry, those are petunias. No, they're not. I'm gonna put 4 of them, and now I'm gonna put it right like that, because I gotta be able to see on my line where the new row starts. So I'm going to draw a line right about there where the new ones start. And you'll be able to see. I'll do some sweet peppers here. Upside down. I think we'll probably do about 6 of those babies. Maybe 8. 3, 6, 7, 8. I think I got to get some glasses on here because I can't really see very well. I think these are petunias that we just planted. And those look like petunias. They're striped, so I'm not sure. I think they're petunias. We got a bunch more petunias here too. Why don't we put those right next to it? Scissors around here somewhere. Let's rip the top off gently. Usually cut it off with the scissors. I think I was using them in the garage. Oh, here we go. Move those peppers aside and we're going to do... Ooh, wow. Those are tiny. Those are really tiny. So we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, because a lot of friends want flowers. A lot of neighbors want some flowers and stuff. So now they're really tiny, so you just drop them in the hole. 1. Remember what you drop them in. 2. Sometimes I get 2 in one hole because I can't remember where I'm at. You can use any planter for this. You can use a round planter. Just as long as you get saran wrap over the top until they sprout out. Oops, see, I forgot where I was at. I think that one gets 2. No big deal if you put 2 in there, they can handle it. So I drop them in there, and then I just gently push that coconut right back over the top. It's really cool, the coconut. It's just a hair off the outside of the coconut. If you see one in the store, then you can kind of feel it. I'll put my line in there, and I'm just going to write Petunia for that whole side. And it's right here. I'm going to use this blue tape because it's easy to peel off. Petunia. And we got the cat here. Hi, Basil. Hi, Basil. Basil. Hi there. What are you doing? Oh, the petunias are all on that side. Here's the kitty cat. He's probably looking for a snack. Right down here. Basil. Basil. Hi there. Hi, you. Hi, buddy. Can you see him down there? He likes to always be involved. He always has to be in here. We'll give him a snack. You want a snack, Basil? You want a snack? I'll give him some Party Mix Treasure Crunch with ocean fish, whitefish, and flavors of salmon, shrimp, and tuna. We'll give him a couple pieces of that. Sometimes he likes it, sometimes he doesn't. There you go. Don't give him too much, otherwise it won't be special for him. Looks like he doesn't like it. Oh, he ate it. Alright, there's our petunias. Looks like we got an extra seed or 2. We're just going to drop them in there. A couple of different spots. See how it goes. See how it all goes. Alright, next we are going to do, make sure you fold that back over so stuff doesn't spill out. Next we'll do the peppers. We're going to do 8 mixed peppers. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do 12. And that's another nice thing about this coconut stuff is you can plant them pretty close together, and the plants come out pretty easy when you want to plant them outside in the garden. The plants come out really easy from the coconut. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Me and my mom used to spend all day planting these little seeds all day long. 1, 2, 3. You got to read the package on how deep to plant them, but it's usually just 1/4 of an inch. Nature's pretty forgiving, so if you give them too deep or too shallow, they'll be just fine. Don't worry about making mistakes. It always works out. There are no mistakes in the garden. Sometimes the mistakes are the ones that work out best. Like that mistake, I just forgot where I was at. There we go. Started my little angle right here. Put them in the holes and cover them up. Pretty easy. That coconut is still a little bit wet. You don't want that coconut really, really, really wet. You just want it damp. You don't want it sopping wet. Alright, now I'll put my line in there. It's going to be right about there. And what do we do? Mixed peppers. Keep that in there so I don't get dirt all over. And right on the tape before you take it off is probably easier. Mixed I bought a bunch of these peppers from on Amazon, and it turns out they're supposed to be ghost peppers and all kinds of exotic peppers, but they weren't. They were just plain old peppers. And they look like kind of like jalapeno or Tabasco. No, not jalapeno. Tabasco peppers, or maybe even serranos. They look like here. I'll show you. That was an Amazon purchase gone bad, right here. They just look like a serrano pepper. So far, it's not, definitely not any kind of the peppers that I was hoping for. All right, I got some basil already, so I think I'm going to plant a little bit of cilantro. I have to go to the store today because one of my friends, she lives in Wisconsin, she asked for a lot of parsley. She cooks her parsley, cilantro. I'll say 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cilantro. She cooks with a lot of parsley. Oopsie, 7. These are nice because the bigger the seeds are, the easier it is to plant. So I think I'm going to run to the store today and get her some parsley. 1, 2, 3. I want to plant it today because they usually sprout pretty quickly. 2, 3. This is cilantro we're doing here. 6 of those little soldiers fighting